Welcome back. We are continuing with the same chapter, that is life process in living organisms. We have already completed with the excretory system in plants and humans. Now today we are going to study about the nervous system in humans. We have already started with the nervous system part as we started with coordination in human beings. Correct? Now, in the given diagram or on the slide, you are able to see 3 neurons placed one after another. We also know that the space between 2 adjacent neurons is called as synapse. And if any signal which needs to be passed through a neuron will be passed from one neuron to another neuron. Correct? And what are we going to study next is about how is this order or the signal carried through the synapse. Correct? Now, for this, to understand the entire process, we have come up with a solution in which the dictionary words will be explained first. Correct? We have already done with the first 2 words, which is cleft, which means split into 2 or divided. And the second one is called as synapse. What is synapse? It's the gap at the ends of neurons. Now, the third word, which I had taught you using a white screen, is called as synaptic vesicle. What is synaptic vesicle? We have seen that at the terminal end and at the initiation of the neuron, that means in the dendrites and in the axon terminals, we see that the signal is transferred or transmitted through small vesicles. This signal, which is of electrochemical nature, is called as neurotransmitter. Correct? And all such vesicles are called as synaptic vesicles because the synaptic vesicles will contain the signals, and the signals are also called as neurotransmitter. Okay, moving on to the next word, which is neurotransmitter. What is it? It's a chemical message, or to be very specific, it is an electrochemical message. Next, calcium ions. These are nothing but Ca2 plus ions, which play a very important role for a signal which is to be passed from one neuron to another neuron. Okay, and what do we mean by the term terminal? Terminal is the most extreme end of something. The last part of anything is called as terminal. Seventh word is called as diffusion. Now we have heard and we have also learned the word diffusion earlier. What is the meaning of diffusion? It simply means spreading of something very quickly without using any energy. Okay. Now, as we are aware about the meanings of these 7 words, if you all want, you can quickly take a screenshot or a print screen. And let's move on to the mechanism. Now, when I'm saying the word mechanism, we will be targeting the end part of the axon or of the entire neuron, to which we refer as axon terminal. And only single axon terminal will be shown to you in the next slide in yellow color. Okay. Now let's go ahead before that. So when an impulse is carried out from one neuron to another, that means we are speaking more about this axon terminal of the first neuron to the dendrites of second neuron. Correct? So from the next slide, you will be able to see these part highly enlarged and also these dendrites which are enlarged. So our next slide will only comprise of axon terminals and dendrites of second neuron. Correct? Now when I'm saying synaptic vesicles, can I say the synaptic vesicles are going to move all the way from first neuron's dendrites, then throughout the entire axon body till the terminal end of the first neuron? Am I correct? Yes. And later, from these axon terminals of first neuron and crossing the synapse space, moving on to the second neuron's dendrites. That is our target. Correct? So let's call the first neuron or the sending neuron as pre-synaptic neuron, जो synapse के पहले है. Okay? And let's call the second neuron as post-synaptic neuron. Okay? So the neuron which is sending message will be called as presynaptic neuron, and the neuron which is receiving the message will be called as postsynaptic neuron. Correct? Now here we are able to see a yellow color structure, big one. Correct? This is nothing but the axon terminal of presynaptic neuron. Okay? And the small purple color packets which you are able to see are our neurotransmitter. The white color space here is nothing but synaptic cleft, or we can also call it as a synapse. And the lower bottom, which is present at the very bottom, with that is nothing but the postsynaptic neurons dendrite. So ideally they are not so huge, but we have enlarged the image so that we are able to understand the entire process smoothly. Okay, now what is our target? Our target is these neurotransmitter which are packed in synaptic vesicles. They should be able to deliver this signal or this neurotransmitter to the next neuron. That means they should travel from this part to this part, correct? Which is from presynaptic neuron to postsynaptic neuron. But how will this entire process happen in stepwise manner is what we are going to learn today. Now next, remember the small rectangular part which is highlighted here. Okay, this part has been enlarged, and what are we able to see? That the end or the margin of our neuron will have such white color gates. Okay, now what are these white color gates? Remember, if neuron is a cell, neuron has to have a cell membrane. Yes, so this is nothing but an enlarged side of our cell membrane, and on the cell membrane there are some specific channels. Okay, these channels are liking as a gate, so that only specific molecules can either enter or can exit the gate. Okay, now what is our aim? We want these gates to be opened, correct? But for this gate to be opened, there is a specific path required. Which is this path I'm talking about? Correct. Correctly said. A cell membrane is semi-permeable in nature. That means it is very clever to choose which molecules to let it pass through it. Okay. So number one, we need to remember that our neuron is going to have calcium. Okay. So presence of calcium ions inside the cell will cause synaptic vesicle to fuse with the membrane. That means what will happen? Because calcium ions are present in the neurons, ये जो भी हमें neurotransmitter दिख रहे ना, which is packed inside synaptic vesicles, ये आके इस membrane में fuse हो जाएंगे. If they are going to fuse, can I say now the neurotransmitter is coming and lying in this area? Correct? Let's move further. Each vesicle will release fixed amount of neurotransmitter into synaptic cleft. What is synaptic cleft? Synaptic cleft is this space which is present between the two neurons. So जब ये vesicles will be fusing with the cell membrane उसी टाइम पे इसके अंदर का जितना भी कंटेंट है वो यहाँ पे पूरा डिफ्यूज कर देंगे, right? So can I say now the neurotransmitter is in the synaptic cleft, which is the space between two neurons? Correct. Let's have a look at the third point. Now this neurotransmitter which is present in the cleft will diffuse across the entire cleft part. Okay, so let's see how it works. First, because of the presence of calcium ions, the synaptic vesicles are coming and getting fused at the membrane. Okay, the moment they are fusing, what will happen? Neurotransmitter will be released. Yes, so let's have a look. Are neurotransmitter releasing? Yes. Okay, the meaning of the word fuse is to get merged. Merging means to get fuse. Okay, now the neurotransmitter is open in the synaptic cleft. Now it will go towards the postsynaptic neuron, and from there, again with the help of calcium ions, they will be taken inside by the postsynaptic neuron. See, look here. Now here where the arrow is being placed on the right hand side, because the calcium ion is present as a key. Can you see at the both ends? Therefore, the gate is open, so any molecule of the neurotransmitter can pass through it. But once this calcium ion is being removed, the gate closes. Look at the next slide. Correct? Calcium ion is removed, gate is closed. And this is how the neurotransmitter will be passed on from one neuron to another neuron. Is it clear? Okay. Now let's move on to different type of nerves. Now inside human body, we have three different type of nerves. First one are sensory nerves. Now you have heard about the word sensory organs, correct? Exactly. ये nerves इसी organs के लिए काम करेंगे. Next set of nerves are called as motor nerves. And third type of nerves are called as association nerves. The meaning is simple. See, there are three types of nerve cells. First is sensory, second is motor, and third is association. Now understand, this is a question for all of you. Let's say you are holding an ice cube in your hand. Okay, you are holding ice cube in your hand. So what will happen? You will understand that the ice is cold. Correct? So can I say there will be one set of nerves which is going to carry the message from your palms till the brain? Yes. The second process which will happen is your brain is going to analyze whether it is good or bad for you. Yes. Third thing which will happen is the brain is going to send message to your palm that this is harmful for you. Please throw the ice cube. Correct? So let's understand, जो nerves brain तक message लेके जाएंगे, that means the nerves which will carry the message from different sensory organs to the brain are called as sensory nerves. Okay? Now let's see. So यहाँ पे step 1 clear. Step 2, brain is going to work and analyze. Step 3, brain is also going to give a signal. Right? So when brain is going to give signal to sensory organs, this work will be done by second type of nerve called as motor nerve. Okay, So motor nerves will be nerves which will be carrying the message from brain to the sensory organs. Okay. And the third type of nerve called as association nerves, ये ऐसे nerves रहेंगे जो दोनों भी type के nerves को help करेंगे. So let's understand their meaning once again. Sensory nerves will conduct the impulse from sensory organs to brain and spinal cord. Okay. Motor nerves will be the nerves which will conduct impulses from brain and spinal cord to all effector organs. जिसको भी signal देना है, जिसको भी message देना है. And the third type of nerve, which are association nerves, they will be helping both of this type of nerves. Now, what is the meaning of effector organ? This is the question which is arising in the chat box. Effector organ matlab, let's say if you are brain, consider you yourself as a brain, okay, and you have taken a decision. What is your aim? Your aim is कि मेरा जो भी decision है वो 10 students ने या 10 people ने सुनना चाहिए. So if you want your decision to be accepted by 10 people, they are the person who will be getting affected most. Similarly, when brain wants to command something, and if the brain wants to say that let hands and the feet work properly, so which are the effector organ? Hands and feet will be effector organs here. Okay. Are these concepts understood? Okay. Now next, I'll take 2 more minutes, don't worry. We are moving on to human nervous system. Now that's a very, very big point and a very, very big concept. We need to understand कि हमारे body में there are 3 basic types of nervous system. Can anyone answer? Okay, it's simple. जैसे 3 type के nerves थे, similarly 3 type के nervous system है. ठीक है? One is called as central nervous system. Second is called as peripheral nervous system. Central मतलब central, बीच वाला, important. Peripheral मतलब आजू बाजू वाला. That is peripheral nervous system. And third is autonomous nervous system. Okay, I am repeating. First, central nervous system, also called as CNS. Second, peripheral nervous system, also called as PNS. And third, autonomous nervous system, which is also called as ANS. Okay, now when I am talking about central nervous system, understand पूरे central nervous system में 2 important चीजें आएंगे. ठीक है? So our central nervous system comprises of brain and spinal cord. That's it. When I am saying central nervous system, इसमें ये 2 ही चीजें आएंगी. One will be brain and second one will be spinal cord. Now you need to understand both of them are in contact with each other. Okay, where is brain located? We very much know, inside the skull. Correct? The most anterior part of the body. And spinal cord, which is dorsally present. Dorsally is backside. Correct? Also in connection with brain. Correct? Next, peripheral nervous system. अभी peripheral nervous system में क्या क्या आएगा? Brain and spinal cord से जितने भी nerves निकलेंगे. Listen to me very carefully. Brain and spinal cord से nerves obviously निकलेंगे because they will be sending message, they will be receiving message. तो ये सारे nerves which are coming out from brain and spinal cord will be nothing but peripheral nervous system. Okay? तो जो भी nerves brain से निकलते हैं, we call them as cranial nerves, and जो भी nerves spinal cord से निकलते हैं, we call them as spinal nerves. Okay? So the second type of nervous system is peripheral nervous system, which has cranial nerves, and spinal nerves. Okay. And the third one is autonomic nervous system, जिसमें ये सारे nerves रहेंगे जिसके ऊपर we don't have any control, which will include all reflex actions. Yes, correct. All the examples which I'm receiving in the chat box are correct, like blinking of eyes, heartbeats, diaphragm movement. All these movements happening within our body are not in our control. Okay, so ye sare nerves will come under autonomic nervous system. Okay, now we've completed how does a signal is passed from presynaptic neuron to postsynaptic neurons, 7 dictionary words, 3 type of nerves, and 3 type of nervous system. Okay. Okay, so we have completed 3 types of nervous systems, which is our central nervous system, our peripheral nervous system, and autonomic nervous system. Now, do you guys want to write the dictionary words? Shall I take you a slide back for some time? Okay. Then here in the diagram, what we are able to see is the diagram of central nervous system, which includes our brain and spinal cord. Okay. And in the next diagram, I'm going to show you how does a peripheral nervous system looks like. Okay, it will have all nerves coming from spinal cord and the brain. And autonomic nervous system, ये सब सारे type के nerves के बीच में होगा. You cannot specifically have diagram for autonomous या फिर autonomic nervous system. Okay, now we will study all these 3 type of nervous system one by one, starting from CNS, then PNS, and finally ANS. Okay, now tell me, if I am referring an organ like spinal cord, about which nervous system am I speaking? Correct, central nervous system. Very good. Now, which is the nervous system which arises from brain and spinal cord? Which is the nervous system which arises from brain and spinal cord? Correct, peripheral nervous system. What are the nerves coming out from brain called as? Correct, cranial nerves. Can you tell me which are the 3 types of nerves? 3 types of nerves. Correct. I need the answer for 3. No, when I'm saying 3 types of nerves, it will be sensory, motor, and association. Tell me, what is the function of sensory nerves? Correct. Very good. I am happy that all the answers are correct and you are also able to understand. without having any confusion. That's great. Now, let's move on to our first type of nervous system, which is central nervous system. Okay. Now, when we are talking about central nervous system, that means I will first start with brain and I will start with spinal cord. Correct? Now, meanwhile, I will also give you some interesting facts about brain, and you will be also watching some images. I don't know if you have seen it earlier or not. So let's move ahead with our central nervous system. So this particular diagram has both CNS and PNS shown. For CNS, with an arrow, positions of brain and spinal cords are highlighted. Okay. So the backbone, which we call is vertebrae, or we also refer it as vertebral column, which is bony in nature. And inside this vertebral column is nothing but our spinal cord. Okay, so our spinal cord is protected by this vertebral column. Okay, and brain is protected by a bone, to which we call it as cranium, or we also refer it as skull. Okay, now usually brain looks something like this. Usually kya? Most of the time. Or brain just looks like this. There is no usually, there is no most of the time. Brain looks like this. Okay. Now answer my questions. Is brain an even structured organ? No. Can I say it has lots of folding? Yes. Okay. Is it round even at the beneath part? No. Very good. Are there any sides of brain? Right and left? Yes, they do. Now, brain which we are watching right now, is it a frontal view or a side view? It's a side view. Very good. Now, in the next slide, I will be showing you which is the ventral, which is the dorsal, which is the frontal, and which is backside of a brain. Now, our directions, we are basically going to see directions. Remember, on your right hand side will be the face, and on the left hand side will be the back. So eyes, nose, mouth, everything is going to come on the right hand side, and we are watching brain from a side way. Okay? So if you are watching brain from a side way, ऊपर का part, okay, where we have roof, is the dorsal brain. मतलब brain organ का back side, not human body का back side. ठीक है? Base of the brain is the ventral part, down arrow. जहां पे face है, that is anterior side. जहां पे बैक है, that is posterior side. Now you will wonder कि मैम आपने तो पढ़ा था कि ventral is front, dorsal is back side. Correct? So how is the position of the brain differing? Anybody with same doubt? Yes. Understand, when we are inside the womb of mother, or when the embryo is developing, we are all born from a single cell called as zygote. This zygote undergoes multiple cell division, and then a mass of cells are formed. Then this mass of cell elongates like a tube, and ये tube आगे जाके fold हो जाता है. So imagine if you have a tube, तो क्या उस ट्यूब के सबसे आगे वाले पार्ट को मैं एंटीरियर पार्ट कहूंगी? Yes. Now I am folding the tube inside. This is how the brain shapes itself or matures its structure. Okay. Therefore, now we are aware about ki jo whatever. I mean, if you are sitting at the position, what you are able to feel on the upper side or the roof of the brain is the dorsal brain. You cannot touch at the ventral side of the brain until you are not dissecting any brain. ठीक है, forehead पे जो दिख रहा है, that is the anterior part of the brain, and back side is the posterior or caudal brain. Okay, यहाँ तक clear है सबको? Very good. Now we need to understand that brain is divided into two equal halves. So if you are sitting in this position, your right brain and your left brain are divided by this central line, and the central line is called as median longitudinal fissure. ये ऐसी line है which divides the brain into two half parts. And you should also remember that your entire right side of the body is controlled by left brain, and entire left side of the body is controlled by right brain. And both the sides of the brain have different functions. Remember, this diagram was also given in your textbook. So functions of left brain and right brains are given. So all the people who are righty are good at analytical thinking, logical thinking, language, science, and mathematics. All the people who are left-handed, to which we also refer them as lefty, okay, उनका right brain is little more developed as compared to left brain. इसका मतलब ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है कि अगर right brain चल रहा है तो left बंद है क्या? No, absolutely not. Okay, lefty people are more focused on to holistic thinking. They believe more into creative side, more intuitional based, and they have more taste towards arts and music. Intuitions are nothing but getting the inner feeling, listening to inner voice. What is the meaning of holistic thinking? Holistic thinking matlab, if you are taking any decision, so you ensure what will be its effects. You consider everything. No, you take a complete approach towards whatever you're doing. That's called as holistic thinking. That you will be well aware about whatever consequences, whether positives or negative, would happen after your decision. And what is analytical thinking? Okay, analytical thinking matlab you analyze. Let's say you are going to buy anything, so you always think कि इसमें मेरा क्या profit है, what will be good for me, what will be bad for me. Being more calculative is called as analytical thinking, analyzing everything, plus and minus points. It is not that if you're right-handed, तो आप लोगों को बिल्कुल भी art and music में interest नहीं रहेगा. It's not so. There are also people who, in their initial time of days of upbringing, they carry out such activities which leads to parallel development of both sides of brains. Unlike you have heard about abacus or something. Yes, these are different, what would I say, courses which enhance or which promotes development of both brains parallelly. Okay. Now you need to remember that the entire brain is divided into different lobes. Okay. On the left hand side, you have anterior part of the brain, and on the right hand side, you have posterior part of the brain. That means face of the person is on the left hand side. So exactly starting from your eyebrow region till the midbrain is your frontal lobe. from the ear or behind your ear, you'll be able to feel one more hard substance, which is nothing but temporal lobe. At the back end, you'll be able to feel occipital lobe. And exactly where you tie your ponytail, especially for girls. That's where your parietal lobe is situated. Okay, so these are different lobes of brains. This is ventral and this is dorsal side. Do not forget. So we are going to stop at this very part of the brain, and we will later start with the theory part of central nervous system in our next lecture. Any doubts? Okay, thank you very much. Yes, bye-bye. Thank you.